What's a telltale sign two people are having a secret sexual relationship with each other? I was at a barbecue with dozens of people. A young, ridiculously beautiful married couple was there. The wife was pregnant. They brought their short, squat, funny man roommate with them. At some point, funny man and pregnant wife are on opposite sides of the kitchen, and I caught a glance between them, no more than a blink of an eye. It was the only interaction they had all night. In that instant, I have never been more sure two people were fucking. Told my girlfriend, those two are smashing. She told me to stop being a creep. Sure enough, 6 months later, everyone finds out they're fucking, and funny man is the dad. It's definitely the awkward avoidance of one another for no reason. When I was a supervisor, 2 of my employees were secretly dating, and being as young as they were, 19 to 20 years old, they didn't have the ability to hide their feelings without avoiding each other as if they hated one another. I figured it out on day 1. Hilariously cute. Edit, when they finally told me, I told them I already knew. They were flabbergasted that I figured it out. It wasn't that hard. When y'all make googly eyes at one another across the store or try to surreptitiously touch hands at the till, I'm gonna notice the little conversational clues. Like when two people glance knowingly at each other frequently, or have friendly little side whispers because they have their own thing going on apart from the group. And they hover near each other to be physically close. All those little examples of intimacy that is only between them. A married ex-friend of mine once started showing up with a woman and acting like that. I could tell they were banging, and I couldn't believe he wasn't trying harder to conceal it. Turns out, the poor woman had no idea he was married, and was unaware that everyone else did know. It was later traumatizing to her to realize she had been seen as a mistress, when she was the only person who didn't know what was really happening. She's now a friend of mine. He is not. If you're going through something to make you ask this, trust your gut. I had the gut feeling my ex-wife was cheating. All the signs were there, but I just thought she'd never do that, and all the evidence was coincidental. My brain didn't want to see it, so I put blinders on. Fast forward a couple of months, I found out she was, and my family all said I must be an idiot for not seeing what was right in front of me. Ask others' opinions that you both know, they'll tell you an unbiased opinion. My husband and I met at work, and the place we worked at didn't allow couples to work in the same area as a conflict of interest type thing, so we hid our relationship as best as we could so we wouldn't get moved. A lot of people here are saying people who are seeing each other go out of their way to avoid the other person, but we kept treating each other same, like close friends. The only difference really is that we started carpooling together. People still noticed anyway, and some would ask coworkers in our area if we are seeing each other. My feeling is that it doesn't matter if you go out of your way to hide it, avoid the person, etc. There will always be small signs that others pick up on. 3 different couples at work, all married to other people and cheating, and I knew all of them were hooking up. I mean, not just me, a lot of us did. Going to lunch together, doing the thing where they leave separately but together. They talk about each other. A lot. This was how I knew my ex was cheating on me long before he ever confessed. He was suddenly talking about his female coworker frequently, and then it got to the point where he was hanging out with her after work for 4 to 5 hours. I called him out, said he had to be fucking her. He got so defensive that he screamed bloody murder at me. 4 months after I broke up with him, this was a 7-year relationship we had, he confessed. Ha ha ha. From my mom, when you and your best friend started having sleepovers every weekend, sometimes twice in a weekend, that's when I started to suspect something. I wasn't out yet, and my mom gave me the grace to come out on my own time, but her response when I told her me and my then GF were dating was, I know. LMO. At a company I used to work for, our COO and one of the sales managers were having an affair. Everyone knew, but they thought they were being sneaky. One day they came into work around the same time with Starbucks coffees in hand, took the elevator separately of course, but what they didn't realize is when she picked up coffee for them, Starbucks put her name on both cups, so he walked around with his coffee all morning with her name written on it. He came up the elevator with it, so even if he wanted to use the excuse that she brought it for him, he couldn't.